Hey, keychain gun collectors. I bought this thing under the impression I was going to get that thing over there, but I was sent this by fraud, or could have been an accident. I kind of doubt it. This is still nice. You can look up the review of this thing. It actually ejects rounds like that, so that's cool. And it was cheap. But I was under the impression I was getting this, something by Alloy Empire and Jason and Peter. And this one has the Glock logo on the grip, whereas the last one did not. So let's see what we have here. Okay, 1/3 scale it says. Cleaning cost, total waste of money, and garbage, pollution. Alrighty. Keychain thing, which I will never use. But the brass bullets, I definitely will. So this magazine, by the way, it's definitely metal. It's very cold to the touch. I was debating if it's sheet metal, but I don't think it is. I think it is molded. And even this mag plate, I think, is metal. Or whatever this thing is that guides up the bullets. The bullets look very realistic. The very short ejection ring here. So very nice. Yeah, they look like bullets to me. Okay, let's see how easy this spring is. So there's six brass bullets included here. 1, 2, very fidgety. 3. I want to see if the spring gets too difficult, but so far, still pretty easy. Here goes number 5, and that was still easy. 6. Okay, so it's still doable. I guess that's the reason why they only give you 6. Maybe it's capable of holding more, but it'd be really difficult after a while. So what's missing is the indicators of how many bullets you would have on a real magazine here. It's the mag catch there. Okay, this is nice. See, that doesn't exist on the other one. We'll compare later. Okay, so the logo's nice. All silver. I don't know if you can buy real Glocks with a mint green polymer frame, but this one you can see it does say Glock there, so very nice. A very fine texturing here. The little thumb rest there. Some grooves in the mag release. This mag release is metal, by the way. The trigger has the indication of the safety. It's not a separate piece though, but I think it is metal. Let me see here. Have to get something metallic. Yeah, that's definitely metal, just based off the sound. Alright, so this pin here, you can break it down, I think. Some serrations there. This is metal as well, bent sheet metal with some grooves. And this is nice, the logo and 17, Austria, all that stuff is all stamped in there. Maybe not the best stamping right there. And then those ridges seem okay. Some grips here in the front look good. Some grip area there. And that texture as well. Oh, they actually take credit for their work here. It says Alloy Empire. So that's obviously not realistic to a Glock. But this is. It's raised lettering though. I can't recall if the real Glock has raised lettering there, or if it should be inset maybe. I also don't know if there's a Glock logo on the slide of a real Glock. There have been so many generations of Glocks though, but I don't recall ever seeing that on one. Some sort of serial number for the slide, and also a matching one for the barrel. So that's pretty cool. The rails, there's some sort of discoloration here. Trying to look at an image here. Oh, you know what? Look at this here. Oh, that's a BB gun. Unfortunately, the thing is black, so it's hard to tell. But yes, these letters are raised here. There is a serial number on the slide and the barrel, and then there is actually a Glock logo. It's just really small on the real gun. So they did get everything, and then they even added their own branding, so that's pretty cool. And then the one little groove here for the rail there. Okay, moving on. The front sight there looks similar. And the rear sight, I guess, is good enough. It's not a trapezoid, but it does at least have a notch so you can look down the sights. Okay, let's see. The barrel itself is, I don't know. It's a little lopsided. One side is thinner than the other. The guide rod there is black. Okay, well, anyways, it is what it is. Oh, there's also metal plate back here with some grooves. And then this screw is holding in that keychain thing. So you might want to leave it or just have a hole in the back of your little toy here. So let's see if the model will load this without using the mag release. Is it a ramped? Yes, it works fine. And let's see if it drops. Yes, it does. Works well. Okay, so cocking this back, we should see, yeah, the baby there. We can see there's a hook there to eject the round. It's also metal, some sort of body back in there. Then the barrel there, it's some sort of shiny metal. I don't know what it is. Is it stainless or just die-cast metal? I don't know. So that should feed in, and it did. It obviously wants to do it faster. I am probably going to have to pull this back pretty fast to eject it. Well, yeah, let's just do it right. There we go. I'm going to do the next one very slow, and let's see if it works, but usually it doesn't. You need to have some momentum, but let's try. It is pulling it out. Yeah, so the momentum would then flick it out. I'm going to drop the magazine. See if I could feed that. Oh, now it's just jammed. Or actually, no. I jammed it somehow. That's interesting. That's a first. Alright, well, while it's open, you can see how the barrel actually tilts up like a real one because it's sliding underneath the slide. And then, yeah, this got jammed. Okay, this is a metal rod here. Okay. How to unjam this, I wonder. So maybe you don't want to do this very slow. I'm going to just maybe push this down. There it goes. So now there's no round. Yeah, I have a suspicion this isn't bent properly. You know, it's bent too far down. But, yeah, it still works. Okay, so let me reload these last two and let's do some quick ejecting. That's a joke, I think. Come on, bullet, get in there. Okay, 6 rounds in this baby. Ah, the first one didn't go in, so now I gotta drop the mag again. Let's just do the last 5 rounds. Oh boy, what's going on? See, I'm pushing that back pretty fast. Maybe it has to break in something. I'm gonna do a few things and come back. Well, I reloaded it like 5 times, thinking it would maybe smooth out some burrs or something like that, but it still has a hard time ejecting, so let's try a full cycle again. It definitely locks all the way forward, and if you move it really fast, it should eject, but see, it didn't. And I moved it pretty fast, so I'm gonna eject that one manually. Next one in. That one worked. And that one worked. That one worked. That one worked. So I think you're gonna have to just cycle the action. Sometimes the bullet wouldn't go into the barrel also. Maybe you want to chamfer that or something. Alright, so yeah, something in there is just a little too rough, I think. But all in all, it's neat, and if you do pull the trigger, it does make a nice satisfying click. Okay, so let's see if it can break down. Yes, very easy. Just pull those things down, and then you got the spring in there, the barrel, so, and the inner workings. Well, I gotta say, this one's actually perhaps the best Glock design in keychain form, because this is actually metal. These front rails are metal here. The rears are plastic, but I think the other ones I've run into, they're just all plastic entirely. So that's actually pretty impressive. Okay, while I'm at it, maybe I will actually take this barrel out and then smooth that ramp up a little bit. So let's see what the barrel looks like. Yeah, so maybe some of these rough little burrs are catching. The barrel isn't too deep, as the case is with many of these things. It's only that deep. Okay. So I happen to have a little rotary tool with a diamond bit on it. Now, it might not even be the barrel. It might just be because the bullets have a step to them. See here? That little step. If it's a sharp edge, maybe that's catching. So that's what I was hoping, maybe. Now, it's pretty loose, though. I don't feel like it would catch. Well, okay, well, let's put it back together. So you want to slide the barrel in like so. Oh, look at this. There's a lightning hole here. I wonder if that's a way to make sure people don't modify these to shoot something, because obviously it wouldn't shoot through a barrel with a big hole if you drilled through that thing. I guess that's pretty smart. Okay, let's put that spring forward like this. Get that guide rod through that hole. And press it up against the barrel. That's nice and easy. Yeah, I'm really impressed it actually has metal rails there in the middle. Alright, I gotta try to catch these bullets now. Alright, that fed in. 1, 2. See, still, I'm going fast, but yeah, even that one. So something about this, maybe the spring. The spring is simply too tight or too much tension. It's not kicking up that, not releasing. I don't know if there's a way you can modify it, but I don't think so. I will say that spring is pretty strong. Alright, well anyways, it's still pretty cool. It still looks like a Glock, except for the fact that it says Ally Empire. I'm not sure if this is the best color choice though. It does seem to take on staining. I mean, it was stained out of the box, so I'm not sure if you're capable of cleaning this kind of plastic without melting it. Some alcohol Q-tips, hold on. This is some alcohol on the Q-tip, obviously, and it got some of it out, but I do feel like some of that staining maybe won't come out. So if you want a pristine keychain gun, you might want to skip these lighter colored ones, but I'm okay with it because I like the variety. So let's compare these two now. So the bottom of the mags, this Ally Empire is clearly better with the logo, I think. There's actually less flash on the seam of this. This is very obvious, but maybe it's just a color because it's so light it's hard to see. Looking at the front grip here, this is very sharp. The boxes, this is a little bit more muted. These are more pronounced ridges. Those are like only halfway there. Looking at the front here, I almost feel like this barrel is more concentric. This one looks a little lopsided, but otherwise they're pretty equal, I would say. In fact, this actually has some blemishes in the casting. Both front sights, this one's narrower. This one's also got some weird parting lines that weren't sanded off. The rail of this is obviously thicker. Maybe that's less realistic. The barrel, yeah, it could be a wider barrel as well. Both of them have the notch in the back, but looking at this one has the wider front notch in the rear is narrower. This is just kind of one consistent thickness through there. And then again, some extra molding flash there. Alright, this one has metal. This is plastic. Both plastic rails inside the frame. This is a flat screw, this is a button screw, and again, I feel like maybe this is a little bit sharper, the plastic molding here. This is smoother to the touch. This really is grippier. Alright, so the big one is the fact that the Glock logo is there, as it should be, where it's skipped on this one. But this mag release is straight. This one actually looks more realistic, having this L shape. It's just that it's bent. This one has better, crisper edging for the mag release. This is muted. This one has a visible pin for the trigger. This one does not. This trigger also comes forward more. This one does not. Okay, this one has maybe 3 ridges for the takedown. This one looks like it has 1 extra ridge. Both of the grip ridges, I think, on the slides are pretty equal. This one literally has stamped in numbers. This one is either laser etched or possibly just a paint process. It's more legible, but this is more realistic. If this was black, maybe it'd be more, I don't know, maybe it's the color choice that makes it less visible. Clearly missing the numbers of the barrel, the slide, and the Glock logo. This one has it all. This one also has indication of like a round thing there. Okay. Also, these are straight through cuts for the grip, whereas these are actually fluting up. They're deeper here than they are here. Interesting. Alright, so nothing here, no text there. This does have the little groove. So this is clearly better, the Alloy Empire. It definitely looks more realistic. I will say this is still good for me. I mean, it was still pretty cheap and it still ejects rounds. But I will say the rounds of this look comically bad compared to the Alloy Empire ones, if you just look here. See, the groove is so big. But maybe that's a concession to make it work more reliably. I don't think this one ever jammed. This one's clearly having jamming problems. But these bullets simply don't look like pistol rounds, whereas these do. This also doesn't have the holes for the magazine. So 2 other comparisons. This is a G34 TTI, but it's a generic brand as far as who made it. It's just, there's no brand at all associated. But they come in different colors. They're really cool. I might even buy another one because it's pretty cool. But this one I don't think ejects shells. Yeah. There's no shell eject, there's just one down there, but I'm okay with that actually, because if you want to fidget around, you just don't want to be collecting a bunch of little brass bullets. This one is also, I believe, by Alloy Empire, and this is one of the best ones, I think, as far as the keychain guns go. But does this eject? Yes, didn't feed, but I think this is supposed to eject rounds. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, for some reason that ramp also isn't very good. But yeah, I almost feel like this whole thing part of this could be made of brass. I could be mistaken, but it's got the Glock logo. The TTI printing is really nice. I like the pimp barrel and all that stuff, all the text here. But this one doesn't say Alloy Empire, so it just looks like a regular miniature pistol. Right? For some reason the sights just look a little crisper as well. And that's all metal back there too. So I would say this is my favorite Glock based system in keychain form. And yeah, it does use the same bullets, but as you saw, it might not be totally reliable as far as ejecting shells. So let's put those above. There's my little keychain Glock family, and they're all pretty neat. And these 3 are quite affordable. This one was expensive, but I'm still happy with it. Still, pretty cool stuff. All these keychain guns are pretty neat. Some of them are not a 3rd scale. I'm pretty sure this one is because I measured the other one. And this one definitely has some better details with the stamped lettering and all that stuff in the front and the upper half. It's just that it doesn't actually function very smoothly as far as ejecting rounds, but after this video I'll probably never use it again. It's just gonna sit in a box and look cool until the next review. So I appreciate you guys watching today, and we'll see you the next time I review a keychain toy.